Hello everyone and welcome back to a Rise of the Kingdom video. This is your boy Legend Brony, and today we have a pretty special video with three topics in it. The first side of iconic crystals. They are appearing, they are in the game, so most likely we will soon going to have in the Forge as well, and we will have the event for more iconic crystal. The second topic of the video is going to be about Flavius, Aetius, Scipio Africanus. Where are they? When can we expect them into the game? Why aren't they released yet to be available, even at least to see their skills? And the third topic of the video is going to be about Flavius Aetius, because I've seen some videos and some other YouTubers posting that he's going to be OP, super OP, broken. Well, I'm going to break that down to you as well, because it's pretty simple. You just have to read the skill descriptions and you'll find out more about that. So no more words in the saying, let's dive right into it. We are in Season of Conquest, the past 5 open, just to show a real quick, and the enemy elimination has open, which is another event. I suppose that this should have been more appealing for a Strife of the Eight, or probably Desert Conquest, or whatever March of the Ages, because in Heroic Anthem, when the past 5 opens, you're just going to your circle zone, there's no enemy to eliminate. So as you notice, where I'm right now in Havana, and this is the starting area, Clarencia, so the past 5s opened, and you don't really fight with anybody. This is kind of a safe zone until the past 7 opens. The first side of Iconic Crystal, I was pretty speechless when I saw this, but the event Crystal Quest, which is a brand new event when you are in Season of Conquest KVK, either it is Heroic Anthem, Strife of the Eight, or whichever story you choose, you have this new event which is called the Crystal Quest. I've done more videos about it, like when it was introduced and so on. But now, as a reward on the level 50, rather you spend or not, you get it. So even as a free-to-play, you will be able to get this at level 50, the Iconic Crystal. Now, we still cannot purchase the levels, so I cannot get it. It still says after 13 days. They're probably testing on some servers. They have some live testing, how these Iconic Crystals are affecting, if there is any bugs, if there's any problems. Or maybe the event is not ready, or they're just making sure when they introduce it is going to be the right time. So again, this was not on the update where you are able to get Iconic Crystal, but you can from the Crystal Quest. So this is an extra Iconic Crystal that you will get while you're in KVK. Another one they said that you will be able to get from the Lost Canyon shop, which it hasn't been updated yet. In the Lost Canyon shop you still have the same thing, but that Crystal Quest event has been updated. So I'm guessing that once the event, or once this Iconic is live, you will be able to get it from the Lost Canyon shop. Since they updated the quest, that will be my best guess, because if I go into the Forge, you see we still don't have the Iconic menu. It's only Forge, Refine, and Dismantle. So now let's go to Flavius Aetius and Scipio Africanus, when they will be released, because probably everybody wants to put their hands on them, want to test them, want to fight them, or at least want to see them in action, what they can do, to know if they're going to work on these commanders. Because right now what we have about these commanders is just the pictures with just their skill description, skill animations, but we all want to know exactly what they are. And I got 3 theories regarding this. First, they haven't released it in the Mightiest Governor, which means that most likely we will see them on the next rotation of the Mightiest Governor. This is going to be the leadership, and the next rotation is going to be cavalry. That's where you should expect that you will see Flavius Aetius in the Mightiest Governor and Scipio Africanus in the Wheel of Fortune. In the past, when the commanders were past due, when the commanders were supposed to come out and they really pushed it too far, they've done it once or twice when the Mightiest Governor was updated. So for example, it was Chandra Gupta, if I'm correct, or I'm not entirely sure which one of them, but I think it was the Cabs. When they were supposed to come out, and people were waiting for quite a while, I think it was like 3 months, and usually new commanders come out every 2 months, 2 months in a week, 2 months in 2 weeks, but it's in that period. I think Chandra Gupta, it was like 3 months. So what they've done after the update, they just immediately changed the mightiest governor and they just added the new commanders in the mightiest governor. So if they haven't done that with Flavius Aetius, it means that they're going to be on the next rotation. My second theory about this is we don't even have them on the list. There has been some videos going on YouTube as well from other content creators saying that Flavius Aetius is OP or Flavius Aetius is broken. So my second theory is they really want to test more these commanders before they are being released. As you all know, once a commander is released and people max them out, it's a little bit complicated of keep changing the commanders. And they have a lot of experiences from the past, people complaining about that. So my second theory is that that's why we don't have them yet in the list, is because they want to make sure that the commanders are what they want them to be and make sure the impact will be pretty balanced, or at least will not have such a huge impact in the game. They are still testing them or making sure they are the right thing they want before they are being properly released to everybody else. Now my third theory why they are not being released is because of the Osiris League Grand Finals. If they delay commanders another week or two, it's not going to be any problems, but if these two commanders would be released, I believe that would affect the Osiris League Grand Finals as well. And then teams like 1V and 60GT, which by the way, in the Osiris League Grand Finals, both teams have equal on everything, troops, commander, and so on. They could probably complain and say, hey, this just affected our strategy, affected our final decisions, core decision, or you name it, because of the new commanders being released. And since this is a league, kind of a esport type of thing, I don't think they want to affect this by releasing new commanders, because if you go to Osiris League Grand Final and you go to the rules, it says over here on the gameplay that governors will be unable to use their own commanders during the Grand Finals. The system will provide designated commanders for each governor to use until the end of the competition. And I believe that if they would release the new commanders, they will also appear in the Grand Finals in the list of the commanders, and they would be able to use these two new commanders. And pretty much each team, they have their own strategy with the commanders that they are using, pretty much Jadwiga and Theo and whatever they are using, and this might just affect the Grand Finals. The whole point is, rest assured that they will be released and we will soon going to have them. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Flavius Aetius' skills a little bit to give you an ease of mind. A lot of people are probably misunderstanding his 4th skill. So I'm gonna go straight to his 4th skill and we're gonna read there. It says that when the skill is maxed, it increases all damage dealt by 10%, which is obviously pretty strong. When launching a normal attack against a target inflicted with additional damage effect. So you need to underline that, additional damage effect. There is a 100% chance of inflicting silence for 2 seconds. This effect trigger once every 7 seconds. It is pretty OP, every 7 seconds to be able to silence a target. But there is a condition how you can silence the target. It has a 100% chance, but the target needs to be under the effect of additional damage. So now we can go up to his primary skill and we will understand more about this additional damage. Deals direct damage back to 2300 when this skill is maxed, and if the target has been reduced under 50%, usually it is true, a rally is being reduced under 50% pretty fast when you think about it. It doesn't take a couple of skills or a little bit of swarm and a target is under 50%, even if it's being reinforced, because it's all about the primary commander. This is how these things go in effect. So if the target is under 50%, it deals continuous additional damage for 3 seconds, and it is 150 if the skill is maxed. So the 4th skill of Flavius is dependent of the primary skill of Flavius, which means that people were thinking that one troop spam of Flavius you will continuously silence a rally. Think that would have been definitely OP. I mean, or broken, or however you want to name it. But if the target is not under additional damage effect, you will not silence it. I believe that when you think about it, you can't really just pump tier 1 Flavius, because if the target is not under additional damage effect, then you won't be able to silence it. And in the end, if we really want to go by OPness, go on silence for 3 seconds, not 2 seconds. So indeed the commander is OP, but what I'm trying to point out is that this skill from Flavius Aetius, the 4 skill, is not that broken because it is a dependent skill. It depends on something in order to work. Now, it is true that there is a lot of commanders that does additional damage, like including Zenobia, which that's why I said that it's kind of a match-made pair. It all depends that if it's going to be Flavius Aetius first or Zenobia. And FYI, I've done some theory crafting and I've done some thinking, and it's going to be Zenobia primary, because if you put Flavius primary, you have to invest a lot of skill points in the skill talent tree, and you also need to invest a decent amount of skills in the infantry talent tree. And then you won't have enough on the garrison. But Zenobia with the support tree, you don't have to put that much on the support tree, and then you will have enough for the infantry tree and you will have enough for the garrison tree. So Zenobia overall is going to be a little bit better to be used primary. Also, Zenobia will increase Flavius damage with 30%. So all in all, it's going to be a pretty solid option to go with Zenobia first. So just a little bit of a sidetrack over there. Zenobia with her 4 skill, additional damage factor. So that was the reason when I've done the video, I said that probably even Flavius being used first might just work. But like I said, it's about the skill talent tree, which takes a lot of skill points. If I go into Guan Yu and just show you a real quick how my Guan Yu is being skilled. Obviously, if you do for garrison, you won't go with feral nature. You won't need that. For field fighting is totally different. That's why Guan Yu has feral nature. But for garrison, no, I would not use the feral nature. So if you look at how my Guan Yu is skilled, then if we take out the feral nature and some of the other talents, then you're getting 10 talent points, which you have to put that in a garrison tree, which we can all agree that is not going to be enough for a garrison tree. Well, 11 talent points, my apologies, and possibly 12 talent points that you can take away, but you're kind of dropping a defense, an infantry defense, because if you have only infantry in garrison, it will hardly worth it to have hold the line. Then when you want to go in a garrison tree with the 12 talent points, you won't be able to put that much in a full garrison tree. So let's go somewhere where is nothing in the garrison tree. You just put 1, and you definitely have to go for that as well. And you kind of spent a lot of talents already. There's 3, 6, 9, 10. So you're going to put 3 more here, and that's going to be... But with the Zenobia right now, this is how I'm talenting my Zenobia. I also updated it on my Discord as well. The Zenobia primary, you have a lot more options to go for, and this is a pretty large amount of stats that you can get. Now, the only problem with this talent tree is that you don't have hold the line. So in order to get hold the line, you would have to break this as well. So this is how a Zenobia would look like if you're going with Flavius Aetius, because if you go with YSS, this is the reason why on the previous talent tree I don't have hold the line. If you're going with YSS, you need mix of troops, but if you're going with Flavius Aetius, then you can do only infantry, and then you'll have hold the line, which is a pretty strong talent to have. And as you notice on the right up corner, I still have 7 talents left. Now that will be entirely up to you where you want to spend those talents. You want to go more for stats, because you can keep popping attack, you can go for more defense, you can go for more health, or you can just simply go for elixir and then you go for counter attack and you'll just improve your attack a little bit. Me personally, I would go for more health, for more defense, and then I'll get more defense from over here, and I'll be able to get more health from there. So if I would go with Zenobia first and Flavius Aetius, this is probably the talent tree that I would go with. I would just try to stack as many stats as possible, because the healing and a little bit of attack will not really help you much. So in order for spamming Flavius Aetius with 1 troop, in order for this to work, you will need to have a lot of additional damage on the target. So for example, there is Cyrus that does additional damage, there is Artemisia with her expertise that does additional damage. Pretty much you'll have to spam commanders with additional damage to make sure that there is continuous additional damage on the target, which is pretty hard to do. It's almost impossible. I don't think that would be able to maintain, or I don't think any kingdom or alliance would be able to maintain that, an additional damage on a rally, for example. And then if you would spam in the same time Flavius Aetius, then you would be able to 100% silence a target. But in my opinion and in my books, it looks pretty impossible. Although, like I said, still dope, still OP, the commander overall, all his skills, including his force skill. Because when Flavius Aetius is going to do his primary skill, the silence will go in effect as well. When you think about it, the rotation of skills, either you put Zenobia first or Flavius first, is pretty much around 7 seconds. This is commanders that require 1000 rage. It's not like Xiang Yu or Genghis or some of the other commanders that have reduced rage. These are normal commanders with 1000 rage. So overall, the rotation will be around there, 7 seconds, maybe even 8 or 9, the full skill rotation of the two commanders. So every time Flavius Aetius is going to come around, the rally is under 50%. It will do the big nuke, the additional damage, and the silence in the same time. This is a visible counter, exactly what I said when they were released, is a visible counter for Xi and Nevsky. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about Flavius Aetius, Scipio Africanus. What is the reason they haven't been released yet? Was one of the 3 that I just said. And what do you think about his force skill? Is it really that broken like people are saying, or was I right what I just said in this video? I really want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, this is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.